Which, I mean, should be in like a year. So that's actually really not that much time. Okay, we should be good on YouTube. If someone, if the people in the YouTube chat wouldn't mind confirming for me that you do indeed see everything and we are indeed good on YouTube. And... Da, 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 da. I see you. Cool. And then I gotta grab this link. Okay, so once again, one time from the top, just so everyone knows what's up. Wanna fight, Mac? Nah, I'm good. Weird message. Okay, so one time from the top, just so everyone knows what's up. We have 20 of these emblems that Bungie has supplied us with for the charity drive going on right now. So I'm thinking the game plan is, if you guys type !charity in the chat and you donate 25 bucks to that charity, that'll automatically throw your hat in the ring, and we'll pick 10 of those people and send the emblem over to them. Another 5 we're going to give to whoever the top 5 donators are of the charity. So whoever the top 5 names are on the leaderboard, you get one of the emblems, no matter what. No matter what, no questions asked. Actually, some questions asked. Questions such as, hey, you're actually redeeming this on your own account and not trying to like resell it or anything, right? And then that's pretty much like the only question. And then the other 5, we're just gonna do like a raffle. Just completely random, completely free, complete absolute toss-up. Cross your fingers, good luck. Obviously, the pool for this will be much larger than the pool for the donators, but yeah. Even if you've already donated via your link. What question? How do you mean? How do you mean? If you've already donated, like, you're good. Like, I can go to my page. I mean, you guys can go to my page, too. I'm pretty sure you guys can see this, but if you go to my page... If I scroll down, like, you can, I can literally see who's already donated. So, yeah, if you donated to my page before today, you're good to go. You're chilling. You're all good. Like, if your name, like, you're good. Don't worry about it. Yeah, even if you're before today, you're good. Don't worry. All good. Jared, thanks for becoming a brand new member. Appreciate you, brother. What's up? What's up, what's up, what's up? B. Gilby, thanks for the 10 months of subbing over on Twitch. How excited are you for Heresy? I'm like a combo of really excited for Heresy and really nervous for Heresy. Because it's like... You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm not trying to throw shade or anything, but like Destiny has not been in a particularly great spot these past couple of months. So like I'm really needing some juice, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't know. I'm a combo of like excited for Heresy, but also very nervous for Heresy. Thanks, Michael. I appreciate you, bro. Do you think Xivu will collect the Echo? I have no idea. I don't even like really know what an Echo is. I'm not gonna lie. Happy birthday, Fango. Yeah, I mean, I've obviously been playing a lot of Warframe as well. I'm kind of like... I've kind of like done everything that you can do in Warframe though now. Like I own every single item in the game. I've beaten everything. Oh, thanks, sweetie. Ooh. Wait, honey. Would you mind terribly refilling that for me? Thanks so much. You guys want to see the lunch spread? Yeah, I'll play some more when... I'll play some more when Infested Liches drop, absolutely. Like, I'm probably gonna get all the Infested Dakota weapons in one day. But like... Level cap when? All Warframe built when? Not really a point to do level content, and there's not really a point to, like, build out every single Warframe. Like, I'm the kind of person that, like... When it comes to video games, I don't really like to do things in video games just for the sake of doing them. Oh, thanks so much. Sweetie. It's just... I know some people are into that stuff. It's just not my thing, personally. Like, I kind of like it when a video game, like, tells me what my goal should be. And, like, Warframe, in a way, kind of tells you what your goal is through the MR system. It's like, hey, get all this stuff and level it up. And it's like, okay. Which is like, I mean, I'm down for that. But, I did all that. Same way I don't really like, same reason I don't really like doing, like, solo Grandmaster Nightfalls. It's just like, if there was, like, an actual reward behind solo Grandmaster Nightfalls, I'd definitely do them. But it's just kind of like, handicapping yourself for the sake of handicapping yourself, and it's like, yeah. There is a reason, more rewards, more Thrax spawn to level cap. Well, why do I need more Thrax spawn? I already have every item in the game. I don't have to craft anything. Have you done Deep Archimedia? Yeah. I've done everything. Like, Ven Vomo, thank you so much for the gifted sub, homie. I appreciate you very, very, very much. And Wazen, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Appreciate you very, very much as well. That's looking like two first-time gifters in the stream. Thank you so much, fellas. I know it's a Destiny stream, but thanks for trying Warframe and posting the videos. You got me trying. It's an amazing game. Yeah, I got you, bro. I'm okay. Thanks though, honey. There's plenty of food. Do you know when they're releasing more content for Warframe? We know that we're gonna get Infested Lich Hunts, the Coda weapons, soon. We just don't know the exact date yet. I play Warframe in short bursts. I go for like a month or so, get burnt out, and then come back a few months later. Yeah, I mean, I'd imagine that's how a lot of people play Warframe, because, and I love Warframe. Like, this is not a knock on Warframe. It's just, it is what it is. Like, Warframe doesn't really have like a purposeful endgame. Like, Warframe, in my opinion, a lot of like Warframe beats Destiny in a lot of areas. But the one thing that Destiny absolutely does right, that I think every single game, aside from like maybe World of Warcraft, could learn from, is their endgame. Destiny's endgame is really good. Clan Dojo? Yeah, Clan Dojo, build diversity, class diversity, if you kind of consider the Warframes as classes, which, if you try to compare Destiny classes to Warframe classes, like, that's kind of the best comparison. Customization, you've got, like, home bases that you can decorate, you got your Clan Dojo, you got, like, I mean, there's so much stuff. I'm gonna try to say this right. T Huen. Thank you so much for the brand new tier 1 sub. Enjoy your ad-free viewing in here, dude. Oh my, thanks for the Prime for 2 months. Can you send me a friend request? I cannot. We don't know each other. If we get to know each other, maybe. But if I send you a friend request, then I also have to send everyone else friend requests, you know, to be fair. And there's not enough room on a friends list for that. If I had infinite friend list slots, all day, baby. But not a world we live in, unfortunately. Jim, thanks for the 8 months. Another month's Prime for my favorite hunter main. SB. Woo! Thank you, dude. Jokes off, thanks for the 4 months of summon. Wudlick, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Welcome back, Rob. How you doing, bro? Endgame is the best thing Destiny 2 has. So, in my opinion, the reason Destiny 2's endgame is so good is because unless you're like really experienced at it, Destiny 2's endgame borderline requires you to verbally communicate with other people. And when you're forced to verbally communicate with other people, you have a significantly higher likelihood of making friends with those individuals. The chances that you make friends with someone through text chat is way smaller than making friends with someone by working together to overcome a goal, a difficult challenge, with voice comms. Did he say Destiny 2 endgame is good? Yes. Yes, he did. He being me. And so I think one of the reasons that Destiny, like, has been so successful is because it has these endgame challenges that requires you to communicate with people. And when you're required to communicate with people, you're much more likely to make friends with people. And when you make friends with people, you're much more likely to engage in the activities in which you became friends with them through, right? So a lot of times you're not playing Destiny because you want to be playing Destiny. You're playing Destiny because you want to spend time with the friends that you've made in Destiny. And it's like, oh shit, well, we became friends in Destiny. So let's just play Destiny together, because that's like what we do. That's how we know each other. That's how we connect, right? I'm sure tons of you have done countless activities in Destiny, raids, dungeons, etc., not because you actually needed to do the activity or because you needed something for it, but literally just because you were playing with a friend. How many PvP games have you played just for the sake of playing them with a friend? How many dungeons have you done just for the sake of playing them with a friend? Raids, just playing them with a friend. All that good stuff, you know what I mean? What's up? Will Be Friend, thanks so much for the 7 months of subbing. Welcome back. Enjoy your ad-free viewing. And subsequently, that's why Destiny as a game feels so dead whenever your clan list looks like this. That's why the game feels so bad when your friends list looks like that. Because it's a game built on chilling with friends. That's me in the strike. Which one? You? It might be him. Voodoo, thanks for the Prime for 2 months. Enjoy your ad-free viewing. Which, speaking of which, guys, friendly reminder, on Twitch, if you're watching on Twitch, you will get ads while you're watching the stream. There's nothing I can do about it. I have it set to the lowest amount possible. If I could turn them off completely, I would, but there's no setting that allows me to do that, which means if you don't want any ads whatsoever while you're watching the stream, you do have to subscribe to the stream. Or cross your fingers and pray that you receive a gifted sub. But nothing I can do about the ads. Wish I could turn them off completely, but Twitch don't let you do that. They gotta make money, which is understandable. So, just a heads up. Gladiator, thank you so much for the 2 months. Sorry, 3 months, excuse me, and welcome back. Zuko Snake, thank you so much for the brand new tier 1 sub. Appreciate you very much, bro. Enjoy that ad for viewing, boys. Most of the time, I just pray I get a gifted sub. Yeah, that's completely fine. If you don't have the money to afford subscribing yourself, or if you do and you're just like you're sitting there and you're like, I don't really think subscribing to him is worth $6 a month. Also completely fine. Yeah, you can just sit there and pray that you get a gifted sub. Not a problem. Not gonna hurt my feelings. Between you and me, I don't think my content's worth $6 either. I'm just kidding. I have maybe $5.50. I think I do okay. Still waiting for as much as humanly possible. I do say that a lot, don't I? Apparently, the things I say a shit ton are as much as humanly possible, rock and roll, God, what else do I say? I say a lot of... White Blaze, thanks for the 5 months of subbing. BS Express, thanks for the 7 months. Indian Buns, thanks for the 7 months. D-Bras gifting a sub to Terror. He did receive a gifted sub in the end. Lucky him. Hi, everyone. My first... Oh, wow. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name as well. Wrong as well. Snake. My first sub with a streamer. Hope it's 66 YD. I'm assuming you're saying 66 years old. Won't too lost in this new adventure. All good, dude. Literally, Snake. If you have any questions about literally anything, just ask them in the chat. And I guarantee you'll have a minimum of 10 people, plus hopefully myself, ready to answer and help you out. I don't think you're too old at all to come and hop on this adventure with us. Jules, thanks for the 25 months. Welcome back. It's so good to see you. I hope you've been doing well. Always good to see you, Jules. What's up, Andrew? How you doing, my man? We gotta kick it sometime, dude. Hanging at the wedding was such a good time. Maybe we'll do something for the Super Bowl or something. I don't know. This might be controversial, but I feel that Destiny should make more content that is almost not able to be done without a team. I wholeheartedly agree. However, they tried to do that with the exotic class item mission, and the entire community lost their mind. Like, I think World War III almost started because Bungie required you to have 2 people to do dual Destiny. Captain Evilface, thank you so much for the gifted sub, dude. Hi, new to your content, but love your videos. Sounds like you're not new to my content then, King Taco. You're new to my stream. But you've been watching the videos, baby. Yeah, Snake, we got you, homie. Anything you have questions about, literally, no question is dumb. There's a lot of, like, Twitch culture verbiage that might make no sense to you if you're not used to Twitch. So, like, literally, like, if you're here, if you see us sitting here and we're talking about, you know, everyone spam donuts in the chat, and you're like, what the hell is he talking about? What does he mean donuts in the chat? What? Yeah, like, just ask. We got you. Or if I'm like, hey, thanks for the gifted sub, and you're like, what the hell's a gifted sub? Just ask. All good. All good. What emblem do you have in your thumbnail? Looks so sick. Can I show you after I finish this activity? Because not only am I going to show you what emblem it is, but I'm going to tell you how to get it as well. I sub with you because watch lots of your vids that help me a lot in D2. Happy to help you, dude. What's the roll on your funnel web? Boom. Sub Frenzy. Oh, thank you, Sona. I gotta get back to making more videos on builds and stuff. I've been slacking. I've been a lazy fella. My hero. Yeah, the emblem I've gotten the thumbnail on YouTube. And if you guys don't know what emblem I'm talking about, this one right here. It's nice. I'm gonna tell you how to get it after I finish this activity. I imagine the views on Destiny builds have dipped a bit, unfortunately. Yeah, my, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna be 100% honest. My viewership on Destiny streams and Destiny YouTube videos are kind of in the gutter. But that's okay, you know? I mean, it's been a struggle a little bit, like, mentally, obviously, right? Because I think, like, as humans, we always want to be doing as good as we can. And feeling like we're, like, moving in the wrong direction is always frustrating. But I think one of the most important things I had to learn when doing, when understanding content creation and growing in this space is that, like, there's always going to be ebbs and flows. And so, yeah, right now is a down period. But there will come a day where Destiny is the talk of the town again. There will come a day where where everyone is playing the game, all the build videos are getting hundreds of thousands of views, Destiny's all everyone's talking about, everyone wants to be playing Destiny. There will come a day. That's how Destiny goes, you know? It's hot, and then it's not, and then it's hot, and then it's not, and then it's really hot, and then it's like about to die, it's in the coffin, we're about to lower it down, but then, oh, hold up, it's breathing again. Oh my god, is that LeBron? 360 dunk, and then, like, you know, and then it's just how it goes, man. It's how Destiny goes, dude. Lucky 7, oh yeah, Lucky 7. Thank you so much for the 2 months of subbing. And welcome back. So. Oh, thanks. Smoothie. It's a good smoothie. What's your favorite snack? OCPs for sure. Okay, so the emblem I'm wearing, it is specific to the current charity drive that Bungie is doing, their Game to Give charity event. And we're a featured stream today. I've been told, in fact, that we might be, perhaps might even be getting a shout out from Bungie during the Heresy dev stream. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe. But they gave me 20 of these emblems to give away to you guys. And they said I could decide however I want to give them out. So if you type !charity in either of my chats, it will take you to, can someone type !charity for me? Make it pop up, please. There we go. Thanks. It'll take you to this page right here. This is like my page for their charity event. If you donate $25 to this page, not only does that give you the in-game Sparrow and cell-shaded shader, but it also automatically puts your name into a raffle to win one of these emblems. So if you donate 25 bucks to that charity page, automatically you're in the running. I'm gonna pick 10 people at random that donate at least 25 bucks. Another 5 of them, I'm just going to give away straight up to whoever the top 5 donators are of the charity page. So at the end of the charity drive, when I scroll down here, whatever these 5 names are right here, automatically get one of the emblems. Like, that's it. Easy as that. And then the final 5, I'm just going to do raffles in my stream that are 100% free to join and 100% random. So for those that can't afford to donate to the charity page, you still have a chance at getting them. Granted, it'll be a significantly lower chance because everyone's going to be entering in those, but still have a shot. So that's the emblem. That's how you get it. And we have the Heresy reveal in 10 minutes. Maybe. Maybe. Done with what? No, I'm gonna keep eating it. Just making sure you're not trying to murder me. Ah! What's up, Badger? Rocks, thank you so much for the 5 months of subbing and the gifted sub. And very first time gifting in the stream. Fellas, can we get some emotes in the chat for Rocks joining the gifted sub club? First time gifting. If this episode is trash, I'm going to delete Destiny once and for all. I don't think you are. I think you'll delete it until they put out something that looks really cool, and then you'll be like, ah, okay, fine. Which, there's nothing wrong with. There's nothing wrong with that. What is Bungie's Twitch? Probably Bungie, but just guessing. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's a little loud. Might be a little loud. Scout, thank you so much for the brand new Prime, homie. Can probably get rid of that. Probably get rid of... Nope. 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 Put that up. Let me actually, can I get, how do I toggle my layout settings? Long Sound, thanks for the $70 donation, homie. Do I go to dashboard? No. Live settings. Current. I'm trying to figure out a way. I want all the stuff on the left side. I want to get rid of that. Because I feel like it's covering too much screen real estate. Like, am I crazy? Basic layout, current. Is there no way for me to edit this? Branding? Overlays. Edit. I figured it out. I'm the world's smartest man. Save changes. I need to go ad free. You just had 4 commercials in a row. Yeah, I'm telling. Those ads are annoying. Unfortunately, only way you can get rid of them is with is if you sub. All right, let's try this. We're gonna try this puppy. Copy that. Boom. This current. Boom, 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 boom. I did it! Tech, thanks for the $57 donation, bro. Breaks, thanks for the brand new Prime. Ms. Murda, thanks for the brand new Prime. Okay. Should be good. Did you do it though? Yeah, so all the stuff on the left isn't there anymore? Chilling now. What you reckon then, Mactics? Think Destiny will redeem themselves with this new update? I have no idea. I think Apollo is going to be the turnaround. But we start to change the direction we're trending in right now. That's what I think. Well, actually, I don't know if that's what I think or if that's just what I hope. So, I mean, it's definitely what I hope. How much do I actually think that that's going to be the case? We'll find out in a couple minutes. Ultimate Rascal, thanks for the brand new Prime. I think Heresy will be good by episode standards. I think so too.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's good to see y'all again, Guardians. Welcome here to Bungie HQ. The awesome stuff you're going to be able to check out just next week when Act 1 of Episode Heresy launches on February 4th. Now, worry not, you're not going to just have to sit here and listen to me. My name's Andy, I work on the social media team here at Bungie, but I've got some amazing colleagues here to go ahead and share some of the finer details of all the cool stuff we're going to be checking out today. So, to not waste any time and show y'all what you came here to see, let's go ahead and introduce everyone so we can get to it. First things first, this gentleman to my left, a brand new addition to our show. If you've joined us before, you may recognize his face, or not recognize his face, rather. The one and only Mr. Nico Stevens, narrative architect here at Bungie. Nico, how's it going, man?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Andy?
Doing well, thank you. Obviously, your first time joining us. For anyone that may not have followed you on social media or may be wondering what it is a narrative architect does, can you tell us just a little bit about who you are and what you do here?
Sure. So I joined Bungie. I joined Bungie back in Season of Undying, like right at the tail end of that, and I've been working on seasonal content from then up until now and doing the episode stuff.
Yeah.
And I've done a few annual releases here and there, did some Final Shape stuff. People might know my work from Presage or Warlord's Ruin or some of those.
Presage is like my favorite exotic dimension.
I'm sweating so much.
I'm a little biased, but I do love it.
It's so good. All right, we can talk about that at another time.
Yo, thanks, Des.
We appreciate it.
Love you, brother.
Next to him, someone who's joined us in the past, actually, if you joined us for our
Dude,
episode
I am
Echoes
sweating
stream, you probably recognize his face immediately. The one and only Ryan Harris, senior designer here at Bungie. Ryan, welcome back.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well, man. Thank you very much. For anyone that maybe didn't join us on the last Echo stream or is just seeing you for the first time, can you tell us just a little bit about who you are and what you do here?
For sure, yeah. So I'm a senior activity designer here at Bungie. I've been around since Season of the Plunder. Folks may know my content that I've worked on from most recently the Battlegrounds, from Echoes, and then before that at Savathûn Spire. And
Please
then
be
the
good,
Defiant
bro.
Battlegrounds.
Please.
Another one today to add to the best hits, obviously.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, thank you for being here, Ryan. We appreciate it. And last but very not least, someone who needs no introduction,
Dylan.
a friend to all Guardian kind, a voice of all of you fine folks out in chat, here in the studio, the Youngblood Dillionaire himself, Dylan Gaffner. Dylan, thanks for being here, man.
What did you just call him?
Thank you. How are you doing, Andy? Question number 3.
Doing so well, thank you! Exclamation point, period. To that same end, you are the global community lead here. Can you tell the folks at home that may not have accosted you on Blue Sky or anything like that, just a little bit about who you are and what it is you do here?
Yeah, I mean, we're listening. I'm that guy. Bread, hashtag team. But ultimately, yeah, we, on the community team, we make sure to field all your feedback, get our roadmap of comms together for what's in a TWID, how can we set expectations, what's all the cool stuff going on in Destiny in the game or outside of it too.
Yeah.
Speaking of outside of it, I want to do a quick shout out to Mactics. We have a Game to Give charity marathon going on right now. Actually, his time slot coincides with ours. So throughout this, we're going to be dropping links in chat to his charity page.
Awesome.
So if you want to support a good cause, help out the Bungie Foundation and all the people in need, yeah, hit up that link, check out the incentives, and donate some money.
Yeah.
Exclamation mark
Totally
charity.
fine. Yep, spread the word.
And hey, do yourself a huge favor while you're out there. Give Mactics a follow. Steal some of his builds. I know I do. I mentioned it last stream.
Thanks,
all right,
Andy.
So that is enough
Exclamation
about,
mark charity.
Let's talk about the cool things that you guys have been building.
Donate
Obviously, we're
if you
about
can
to go
afford
ahead
it.
and arrive at Act 1 of Heresy. But before we get there, Nico, I'd love to ask you really quickly, what got us to where we are today? Obviously, we're concluding episode Revenant, but a lot has occurred. Can you catch anyone up at home about what happened last time?
Yeah, so the story of the Echoes, which the episodes encompass, has it was kicked off from the Final Shape. So at the end of the Final Shape, we kill the Witness.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers, sorry.
That witness is dead.
So we take out the Witness, and from the Witness and from the Pale Heart, we see all of these Echoes like burst out and start flying across Sol.
Yeah.
The first one that we encountered was in the hands of Maya Sundaresh. We dealt with her, she escaped. Second one we encountered was in the hands of Fikrul. We dealt with him, he did not escape. And then the third one that we are encountering is going to be here in the Dreadnought. And after it left the Pale Heart, a very specific dread that we're going to be seeing this episode gave chase to it. So we're going to be dealing with the Dread and the Taken and the Hive all revolving around this third Echo.
Excellent. Very exciting. All right. So we have up on screen here in just a moment, I think, the key art now for this next episode. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
But Nico, I'll leave it to you. Can you tell us just a little bit about what we're seeing here?
Yeah,
Look at that guy.
So, I think the first thing that's probably going to draw a lot of people's eye is that ghostly visage of Oryx peeking over the top there.
Yep. Yeah.
So Oryx is, I'll just say Oryx is back to some capacity, right?
Yeah.
And
He's
the Echo
always
has a lot
back.
to do with that. So not only are the Guardians jumping through, trying to figure out what exactly is going on in this first act, but they're dealing with this old foe that has been dredged up from the bones of the Dreadnought.
Yeah.
And I
What's
don't want
this?
to reveal too much.
Oh,
But yeah, we're
that's
going
all
to
right,
we're going to be clashing.
The Guardians will be there very soon. But so we're dealing obviously again with the Taken King again in some form. So we have some old foes returning. But before we go ahead and move on into gameplay and dive into that, we have some old allies returning as well. Can you tell us about some of the folks we're going to be working with this time
It looks
around as well?
underwater, no?
So our main cast right now is Eris Morn, which is our resident witch hive expert. A lot of people know her from season
Thanks, Ronnie.
of The Witch, aptly named, or even further back. Season of Arrivals is kind of like the first time that she jumped back into this new sort of saga story arc. So we have Eris Morn. She is, as I said, our resident hive expert. We have the Drifter, her faithful companion, who's following alongside and helping us kind of pick apart what the Taken are doing here.
Yeah.
I think I said at some point before that he always has his finger in the weird of the universe.
He certainly does.
And there's some weird going on here.
Excellent.
And then finally, we have Deputy Commander Sloan.
Right.
And Sloan is our Titan representation here. People will remember her from Season of the Deep or even the Red War. And she has been afflicted with this like Taken corruption that we saw back in Season of the Deep. And she's learned how to sort of hold it back, but also utilize it to make her stronger.
Yeah.
Taken subclass?
So she is going to be teaching us some of that.
Taken
That's,
subclass?
we're going beyond.
I'm
once
just kidding.
again.
There's
That's
no
safe to
way.
say. So we've obviously got a whole new cast of friends.
Can you
and enemies to
imagine?
go up against, but
There's
really
no
quickly
way.
as well, something we were talking about a little bit earlier in the show is the player journey as well. It's something you guys are really excited about this time around. Can you tell us a little bit about how players are going to be experiencing some of these quests?
Yeah. So. Okay, so players have been talking a lot about the structure of the player journey.
Eris
and
is a
how
hunter.
They'd kind of like to see it shaken up a bit, right? So this is going to be kind of one of our first steps into trying to make that happen in a more tangible way.
Cool.
So you will still notice some of those elements of like returning to a vendor or something like that. But you're also going to notice that we're doing a lot more bespoke, spread out delivery for these beats.
Cool.
You're going to find characters like in the midst of a mission sometimes.
Yeah.
There's some new tech that I don't want to spoil. I want players to see it in the game.
Yeah.
But there's some new tech having to do with the way that we would holo project characters in that sort of projection unit that you would find in the helm.
Yeah.
We're expanding that out so that it's a little bit more versatile, and it is more cognizant of where players want to be and less about like having to return to this one spot and kind of loop through the helm over and over again.
Thank you. Well, thank you guys. Obviously, I'm sure our audience of Guardians who have let Dylan know and his compatriots loud and clear what we're looking for.
I like the narrative guy's jacket.
So
Let me
that's
go
exciting.
to the,
No?
let
It's
me
a
go
cool
to the helm,
jacket.
Let me talk to this
The
character.
blue one?
Let me go back to the helm. Let me talk to this character.
Is there a holo projector somewhere in there?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, really exciting. So as we kind of move into that player journey, we're going to be working on something called the Path of Resolve. Can you tell us just a little bit about what that is before we dive into the gameplay here in just a moment?
Yes. So there is an event that happens at the beginning of the episode,
Exciting.
Which people will see very, very soon after the launch.
Yeah.
And this sort of kicks off. I'm going to choose my words very carefully here.
Redacted.
This sounds
This
pantheonic.
redacted event sort of kicks off Sloane's motivation for teaching us about the Taken power that she has been holding back.
Yeah.
And so that is the path of resolve here. She's going to be teaching us how to fight fire with fire. We're going to be going into the Dreadnought, taking some control of that Taken energy, taking some control of those old hive magics, and wielding them using our light and using our paracausality, wielding that new power against our enemies.
Very nice. All right, we're going to be obviously keeping Sloan very busy
Oh, yeah.
with that. But speaking of, we actually have our requisite local fire team here in-house in the activity as well. Ryan, this is the Nether. This is the new activity that's going to be arriving with Act 1 of episode Heresy. Can you tell us just a little bit about what this is for starters as we go ahead and kind of dive into it?
Yeah, so the Nether is a 3-player activity, and we are back on the Dreadnought's patrol zones.
That gun looks sick.
And we'll be exploring the Dreadnought, rooting out the Taken Hive and Dread Corruption that are taking place.
Ooh,
and
the guns look
being
nice.
pulled inside the Dreadnought itself as we go through these spaces. And the Nether itself is a uniquely different type of activity. We're really trying to, baseline, some inspiration for this activity was looking at Shattered Realm, the Coil, and of course, the Dreadnought's patrol spaces. Of course, we are in the Dreadnought.
Yeah.
And yeah, so just for starters, what you're actually doing inside the Dreadnought is baseline. The patrol zones are randomized and varied. The encounters inside are varied and randomized as well. So time over time, when you launch into the activity, it's going to be a different starting bubble, different encounters, and different events and objectives for you to engage with and accomplish as you're exploring the Dreadnought itself.
Sounds coily.
What kind of like modifiers would you say players are going to go up against in here? Because surely they're not just going to go into the Dreadnought and get a warm welcome necessarily.
Yes. Yeah, so the Nether has some very unique modifications to it that we're experimenting with. So first off, players do not regenerate health. And to compensate for that, we are doing something special where we're providing players with plus 300 bonus health baseline to their original HP value.
Like brawn, basically?
75 shield value. So alongside that, we really want to make your health regeneration or your health as like a resource as you're fighting through this, as we are looking at this as a very rogue-lite experience, and we need resources to contend with to make it.
Wait, I like that a lot.
Emphasis on light there, of course, because this is still a very uniquely Destiny experience.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of things contributing to that as well. So we do have ammo scarcity as well, so players won't be getting as much ammo, but there will be ways and avenues to get health and ammo drops in the activity, as well as boons that will improve your power over time as you engage with the activity.
That progressive
Me
sort
when
of
I wear
idea of,
speaker's
like,
sight.
power and building up,
one healing turret.
how strong you are as you're moving through the Nether, that roguelite experience. It's also reflective of that narrative of building yourself up, pushing deeper into the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought is resisting you. It's trying to make sure you can't move towards the Echo and figure out what's going on. And this is you finding ways to pierce the veil and move beyond their barrier.
This is the D1 final campaign Oryx mission.
And then you saying
environment.
ammo and health is kind of like a resource, so you're not seeing it drop off of enemies and stuff like that, but there are things that you can find like a resource and collect and all that.
Yeah, so we have destination materials. We have urns and pots kind of placed around everywhere, and also destination chests that players can find. And when you break these destructible pots, they'll explode into a rain of health, ammo, heavy ammo, sometimes boons, sometimes revive tokens. I forgot to mention we are using revive tokens here as a resource as well, so you really need to manage, but there are avenues to get more revive tokens. There is more avenues to get health and ammo. So we really want players to explore the Dreadnought and encourage that exploration by looking for these urns, looking for the chests, and searching for those boons, because there's multiple avenues and ways for players to search out and go get them.
Were those Taken Shadow dogs?
I can imagine that health is a sight for sore eyes.
Absolutely.
To that end as well, actually, obviously you mentioned we're back at the Dreadnought, but I can't imagine it's the exact same one. Can you tell us a little bit about how the Dreadnought has changed?
Yeah, so since the Echo has hit the Dreadnought, a lot of the spaces have changed and modified. A lot of the skin of the Dreadnought ship has peeled back.
That skybox is amazing.
And chitin and showing off new secrets, new pathways. So you are in familiar spaces if you've played the Dreadnought before, but there is a lot of new, interesting, unique pathways. Things have changed. Things have become abnormally different.
Oh, there goes the fire team.
And that's the last we ever saw of that party ever. As mysteriously as they arrived, they were gone.
Yep.
And we've kind of for players who are wanting that explorative aspect, right? We've kind of separated out the modes a little bit, so people can go in and they can explore the Dreadnought, but people who are looking to just bust through the activity and get loot, they have a different match-made mode, right?
Absolutely. So the Nether has currently 3 modes. So there's the Nether exploration for those solo type experiences, but they can bring their fire team in as well if they'd like to. And this is more of that patrol-esque experience that you're looking for. I want to explore at my own pace. I want to look for secrets. I want to just engage with the space like it was a patrol space back in the day. It still is the Nether experience of where you're going from you're playing through the 3 bubbles and there's escalating difficulty. But we do grant to you in that mode a multitude of revives. So you have a way larger pool of revives, so you can make mistakes.
Sure.
It's just for those players who want to like explore at
Dude,
their
this
own
looks
whim,
crazy.
play at their own pace.
Look at this
And
place.
then additionally, there's also damage modifiers for those players when they're engaging with bosses as a solo player, so they can actually tackle those hurdles as they come.
Nice.
And also some modifiers on like how many enemies are spawning, so they don't need to like get swarmed by every single enemy in the world.
You can really take in the skybox for a little while and hang out with your buddies. Yeah.
And then additionally, if you do get lost, because this is, we didn't want to overclutter the spaces with objectives, because there is a lot of things to do, and there's a lot of different things to do in every single bubble and location that you go to in the Dreadnought. If you do get lost, you just pop open your ghost, and there'll be a bunch of star objective icons that'll like let you know where you should be looking and where you should be going for the next spot. Additionally, talking back to those different modes, we do have the match-made mode on advanced baseline difficulty, and then we do have expert as well.
Very cool. Okay, so plenty of challenges for the Guardians that want to undertake those. Make sure they're pushing not only themselves, but the opportunity to get loot as far as they possibly can.
Absolutely. And on that loot note as well, every time you complete a bubble, there is a chest checkpoint, so you do get loot checkpoints essentially. And like the average runtime for like a bubble is 8 to 12 minutes, but you do get the most loot by completing the entire activity as a whole.
Got it.
But there are checkpoints for players who just want to jump in for like 8 to 12 minutes, hit that loot checkpoint, like, okay, I'm out for now, or players who want to just like rush through it and get all the loot at every single end of every single bubble checkpoint.
Very cool. Okay. All right. And then also, I think, in addition to the modifiers we're talking about, the boon system is one that I heard you mention a little bit earlier. I'd love to actually kick off the conversation about that. I think we maybe saw the folks in chat that were eagle-eyed that were keeping an eye on the modifiers may have seen something a little bit earlier before. But can you tell us a little bit about the boon system?
Yeah, so the boons here are, we have a multitude of boons. We have minor boons, major boons, and corrupted boons.
He got a boon for killing that guy.
Are minor stat increases that are pretty much just to increase your power and incrementally stack. They can stack up to 10, and they're just like the typical like increased light damage, increased darkness damage, movement speed on kills. Some are like based on health and regenerate health.
Movement speed on kills?
With mobility increases, but like things that'll make you stronger over time and allow you to tackle the more difficult bubbles as you approach them.
Yeah.
And then additionally, we have major boons.
Yeah.
And then
I'm
from there,
Aatrox
they're,
out here.
They're like actually more larger gameplay modifiers that actually affect your abilities and your actions.
Yeah.
And of course now, we do have Eric.
That's right. Yes, actually. So anyone at home that may have noticed, our good friend Nico, please give him a shout out in chat and let him know that you love him, has stepped out.
He's
of the scene for
gone!
just a moment, and we are now joined by gameplay feature lead Eric Smith. Eric, how's it going, man?
Snoop.
It's going well. How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
How'd they do that?
So nice today. I'm so taken aback.
He's
For
under the
anyone that may not
couch.
Have seen you in the Vidocs or anything like that? Can you tell us just a little bit about who you are, what you do here at Bungie as a gameplay feature lead?
Yeah, sure thing. So I'm Eric Smith, gameplay feature lead on Destiny 2. So I help create the game's abilities, kind of anything the player can do, the game feel of the game, build crafting, kind of general sandbox stuff, and kind of make the controller disappear into your hands while you're playing.
Yeah, the many tools we use, you're helping go ahead and make sure that they're all available for us.
Or the mouse and keyboard as well.
Right, those two.
I'm just sitting there tapping on an empty desk. That's how my Trials teammates feel. So, we're talking about the boon system. You obviously had a big hand in this as well. Rather. Can you tell us a little bit about, what this system is for and maybe about the boons the players are going to have available?
Yeah, so there are a bunch of boons available. There are the minor boons that you mentioned, and then there's the major boons. So the major boons are more gameplay affecting, and they will do things like, kind of like we saw in the Pale Heart with the Traveler's Blessings, right? Mm-hmm. Where you pick something up and it kind of gives you a new ability almost. Mm-hmm. One of those in the Pale Heart was Solar Slide, where you run and slide and a solar wave would go out and blow things up.
Yeah.
In this, we have Solar Slide as well, but we also have Stasis Slide, where you run and you slide, and a big stasis wave comes out and makes crystals and freezes things, and you can blow them up yourself. And there's stuff that is going to allow you to heal more effectively.
That auto looks so nice.
Looks like
pull the auto back out.
Reduces damage per piece of episodic armor worn.
Oh, cool.
It is quite significant. Boost
Eh.
Yep. Yeah, so there's a bunch,
make
and then
me wear the armor.
finally we have the kind of kiss curse boons,
Yes.
as we call them, but they have a.
I want to wear the same armor I've been wearing for
Corrupted
4
boons.
years.
Yeah,
Here
these,
we go. We're looking at one right now.
yeah, so these corrupted boons are offered at the same time as major boons, as players can only obtain 5 to 6 major boons / corrupted boons per run through. Those are granted to players once randomly at one of the 3 encounters inside of the bubble, and then again at the end of the bubble once they complete it. And there's some ritual loop stuff too that will allow them to get another one at the start of a bubble or the start of a run through. But these Kiss Curse or corrupted boons, as we call them, essentially give you a great bonus or increase to a specific thing at the cost of major negative. So one, for example, here that I'm really fond of is Glass Cannon, which increases all damage massively.
Yeah.
While
Why are they
also
blowing up those
increasing
eggs?
All the damage you take.
Yeah.
So-
Which is also, that's the dev name internally, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the dev name.
Yeah, okay.
Dev name.
So if you don't find one specifically named Glass Cannon, we are obviously, we hang out in our own Word docs and Excel sheets quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's true, and that one is interesting. It's an interesting choice that you can make since the kind of like the risk to reward ratio, right? Because you have non-regenerating health in here, you really have to come at each encounter with that kind of mindset.
It's a
of
support
health as
frame
a
strand,
resource,
Aldo.
It is.
and make sure that if I take damage from this enemy or that enemy, it has the potential to stick with me unless I can find a healing source.
Yeah.
Really
There's
gotta-
a fire team option too, where it's like every time you're offered those major boons, your teammates can also choose different ones. So it's like, oh hey, 2 of us are going to do that glass cannon, or that external.
Yeah, yeah.
And then another person is going to do, oh hey, every time I do a finisher, things are volatile around me, and I get my grenade back, so I can spam more of those, keep you a bit safer when you get swarmed by things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And it's also good to know on the health regeneration aspect, the gameplay and sandbox team has tuned a lot of the abilities and weapons that do heal players, so they're not extremely overpowered.
Got it.
So there's been a wide tuning pass on all of this entirely, so you're gonna see when you're trying to heal up your teammate with one of our new support auto rifles.
Yeah.
It's gonna take some time, but it does work and it is very efficient and very helpful, especially the abilities. So you're definitely gonna wanna spec into healing builds.
Oh, man, I have to just give a shout out to the team on like Season of the Deep. We were going deep into the ocean.
this
type, and
looks
now it feels like we're going deep
really
into
good.
space, and like the pressure you can feel it, tentacles
Look
taking
at this
energy.
environment.
They knocked it out of the park with the vibe here. I'm feeling a little claustrophobic, but
I bet they originally had this as an underwater
Pull
area,
deeper into the labyrinth, right?
Right.
and then they
Absolutely.
were like, wait a
So,
minute, no
yeah,
one
in
likes being
addition to-
underwater.
There's obviously modifiers you're going to be facing.
Let's
as
take the
Guardians
water
of the
out.
Fire team. There'll be boons available to you, but this episode as well is going to bring with it a bevy of new gear between both armor and weapons. Now, obviously,
bevy?
For the keen-eyed Guardians in chat who are watching, there's obviously some seasonal armor, some episodic armor sets that we have here that you can go ahead and check out firsthand. But I think, kind of in the spirit of this activity and build crafting, let's talk about some of the weapons. Actually, there's one here on screen. Obviously, this is our new support frame auto rifle. Given that health is such a precious
give woven
resource
mail,
in this
maybe?
activity. Eric, can you tell us a little bit about this one?
Yeah, so this is Adamantite. This is our new strand support auto, and it has some really unique features. One of those is that when I heal enemies, so these support autos, there's 2 of them in the game now. When I hip fire at an ally, it'll send out kind of healing rounds, right? And then if I need to, shoot an enemy right next to that ally, I can just ADS and go full offense, right?
Yeah.
But the healing from this, because you're shooting out strand rounds, if you heal an ally repeatedly, it'll actually cause them to sprout little unravel seeds, which kind of turns them into this like short-term, strand.
Strand bomb.
Throw your friend as a grenade into the fight, right?
cover them in
seriously.
Telesto bolts, put it in, but now it's like, oh hey, I'm
Just
healing you and making you.
Let your hunter friend with the Caliban Slayer's handshake roll run in there and just keep them alive, right?
And that's why I'm so excited about this activity, because we've kind of introduced all these kind of healing things, but in a lot of the game, like I can just hide behind a box and heal, right? And here you can see our health isn't regenerating. So we need to really think about, maybe there is a dedicated healer on your team. Maybe there's multiple allies using.
Oh, dude, I like that.
Honestly, that build crafting is kind of transcending now beyond yourself, just to like per activity, per fire team, whatever you've got.
Dude, your
So
comp
this
like
one's
really
obviously
matters.
gonna be a ton of fun, but that is far from the only weapon that's being added around. As far as the episodic weapons, are there any others in particular you want to call out?
There are. I do actually want to talk about this one with one more thing.
Oh, please.
This weapon can roll Slice and Tear, which are two perks that
What's tear?
sever enemies.
Yeah.
It's not often we get a primary legendary weapon that can debuff in multiple ways.
Yeah.
And that's going to play into things like the artifact this season, which we'll talk about a little bit later.
Oh yeah, we'll get there.
So there's Adamantite, which is a really solid weapon. And then let's look at Psychopomp. So
Do you guys know what
Psychopomp
tear is?
Our new area denial grenade launcher.
Such a good name.
I love it. Yeah.
It's just Psychopomp.
I love area denial,
So
GLs.
Psychopomp, so these area denial grenade launchers, the fantasy of these things is like a flamethrower, right? We don't have flamethrowers in the game.
One of the
but
coolest
this is
additions.
as close as you can get to a flamethrower. So I imagine I'm using one every time I use this thing.
I'm going to now.
This thing has a really cool new perk on it that keys into our new arc keyword bolt charge, which we'll also talk about in a bit. Also it works with Amplified as well. So this thing, if you are arc build crafted this season and arc has received a ton of love, this thing is going to absolutely slay out.
Yeah. It's one we'll definitely get to see our fire team put it to good use here. But as someone who's been building area denial grenade launchers into my loadout, I can't wait. Honestly, the second I learned this was on the docket, I was so excited.
The folks that have been working on these weapons too, like the general look of them, it goes along with what you were saying of, oh hey, the Dreadnought's kind of peeling back. If you look at the weapon, you can see like, oh my gosh, there's like
the bone.
There's
the weapon.
core. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Dylan, while I've got you, also the previous one on Adamantite, that one was an adept weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me pull out my handy dandy notebook.
There we go.
There's a meme.
Screen cap.
But yeah, you can notice that for this go of our episodic weapons, you can earn adept weapons, and these are we're considering or calling them our heretical arsenal.
Got it.
Heresy, heretical.
Yeah.
Like we're going deep into this.
It's not
theme.
theoretical, it's heretical. Love it. Yeah.
You can see that it has a new or a different treatment to the colors. It's kind of like the hollow foils from Into the Light.
Okay.
Not so much exactly that of hey, it's an ornament, but like this has the base die and all that, and it looks really.
It looks
good.
really,
Shout
really
out to
good.
the team. But you can also notice there are multiple perks in each column. There's actually an extra origin trait as well. Shout out Taken King, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I agree, Lando. I agree.
But there's a very interesting ways of earning these weapons. So you're going to be going into these activities, upping that difficulty. You're going to be exploring the Dreadnought and looking for these. As well with the episodic weapons, there are going to be new fragile mods. So they're called fragile because these will be expiring at the close of the episode.
Okay.
But they're going to give you pretty insane bonuses to your outgoing power. So not necessarily the power of the weapon, but the actual like versatility of it.
Yeah.
One of these, I have the power of resolve. Rapid hits, they create Taken Seekers. They're really good against champs.
Yeah.
So that's an example. There are going to be a couple at launch and then more coming with each act.
Yeah.
But these will be great in Nightfalls. They'll be great in higher content.
Champions in shambles.
Yeah. And then for when you're going in and earning these weapons, there was a ton of feedback. And we absolutely heard you. We're listening. About the tonic system. So there are things with like the user experience was a bit rough of having to go back in, create more tonics, trigger them in the middle of activities because they were running out.
So we're removing tonics from the game.
They want to make sure that there's agency in how you're earning these weapons. So they're going to be making it through the Tome of Want. You can kind of target these weapons. You don't need to go in and do this a ton of times. You can say, hey, I want to go for this auto rifle. I want to go for this grenade launcher, linear fusion rifle, and I really want to be going for that to try to get these heretical versions.
Yeah.
So effectively, like, I don't want to say more loot because it's not going to be like, oh, hey, you're getting 10 times more.
Yeah.
But it's going to feel like, oh, hey, I have a goal of getting this loot, and now I'm going to go and play the game and get what I'm.
That's actually good. So you click one button and then it's
Super
locked.
exciting,
You don't have
honestly.
to keep
Just
going
having
back and forth.
More opportunities to just break your loadouts out a little bit, find new ways to go ahead and really excel, especially given the challenges we're going to be going up against.
The number one
With
tonic
the-
hater.
With the fragile mods, like it's baking into that exploration. Like you were saying, how do you find them again?
Yeah, so they can be found through secrets and chests found in the Nether. They're spread out. They're hidden pretty well, but I imagine folks will find them over time or through some YouTube videos. But
Rick Cack is here.
We're going to wait
and
for.
we're gonna-
we won't miss it this time. Fallout, obviously. If you could make some guides for us, we'd greatly appreciate it. So.
Iswurg.
Izwerg, obviously, yes.
Yeah.
One of the best communities out there.
Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, I mean, the last keyword I want to throw on there is aspirational.
Yeah.
Ultimately, we want to have tools that players want to go and find, want to earn, and
Yeah.
increase their power.
Yeah. So we've got a couple more weapons I definitely want to talk about because we're reprising some as well. But while we have a brief reprieve from combat, I'd love to actually go ahead. I know you mentioned earlier aspects, Eric.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and take a look really quickly. We got our friendly neighborhood warlock here up first. Can you tell us about the new aspects the Guardians are going to have this time around?
Absolutely. So the Warlock has a new aspect called Ionic Sentry. And Ionic Sentry, when you defeat targets with kinetic or arc weapons or arc abilities, you kind of charge this thing that you see in low gauge on your screen, much like Gunpowder Gamble, if you're familiar with that.
Absolutely.
When that's full, it grants you a bonus.
He said, if you're familiar
that
with
you can then
that.
throw out. On impact, it blinds anything nearby, and then spawns this like little arc turret.
If you've ever heard of
that,
Gunpowder Gamble.
zaps things,
I don't
chains
know.
to different things.
Yeah.
And every time it zaps something, it accumulates a stack of Bolt Charge.
Yeah.
So Bolt Charge is our new arc keyword. And what this does is when you have a stack of Bolt Charge, any damage you do, it's going to give you additional stacks.
Okay.
Once you hit 10 stacks, your next ability damage is going to, create this giant lightning bolt that comes out of nowhere, hits the ground, and just like fries everything nearby, right? What Ionic Sentry can do is not only generate the stacks, but because it is ability damage in itself, it can expend the stacks.
Yeah.
So you send this thing out, and it is doing work.
You're throwing a meat grinder at them, basically. Yeah, an arc-flavored meat grinder. At anyone foolish enough to cross it. But also, I mean, given that's going to be using the new keyword as well. Like, it's not just going to be for mobs of trash. It's like you can throw this down against the big bosses and obviously have it blind them and do all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, this is great against bosses because any healthy targets, it's going to be continually zapping them, granting you those stacks. And
This update's hitting next week.
Awesome. Yeah. All right.
It's like an offensive version of the Stasis Warlock turret too. So it's like, let's say you stack them and you're going into onslaught, so you have your freeze. It's like, I need these enemies to leave me alone. But then you come in and you're like, it's time we're going to boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew, man. They're gone.
Sure, but it also, if
Or the
you
Rings
are
reference.
in trouble, kind of like the stasis thing,
That's
like,
why he's the
let's
goat.
hit the pause button. The blinding aspect of this, I can just kind of throw it out and smoke bomb and hide, right? If I need to,
All right, so Warlocks obviously have a brand new tool to add to their toolbox, but the other classes do as well. Which one should we show them next?
Let's stick with the arc thing. So let's go to Titan. So Titan, we have Storm's Keep. In this is like a barricade modification. So any barricade you drop, it's going to kind of be electrified. And standing behind this electrified is going to passively accumulate Bolt Charge on you.
Yeah.
So I drop this on the ground. I start shooting enemies from behind my barricade. Let's say it's a rally barricade, or like we just reworked Titan's Ramparts, the barricade you can shoot through.
Oh, yeah.
And that is going to be kind of building those stacks up and discharging them as I'm firing my weapon.
Okay.
Like I said, Bolt Charge is usually only ability damage that discharges it.
Yeah.
But as long as I'm standing behind Storm's Keep, my weapon damage is going to discharge it as well. So it kind of turns any weapon you want into like a quasi Thunderlord.
Not necessarily an arc weapon then in this case.
Correct.
It's exciting. Okay.
Yeah. So this one's spicy. I think we're going to see this in a lot of damage phases, and we can play this all we want.
It's a good point.
There's a lot of theoreticals we can dive into, right? Totally.
In dev, and then we drop it into the world, and we'll
Rally
see
barricade
how
with
we need to
Storm's
tune
Keep.
this thing. Maybe it's up, maybe
DPS
it's
phase.
down.
Could be an
but
angle.
We want it to be powerful, and I think it is powerful.
Depends how much damage it does.
Like players saw this preview in the TWID. I think it was last week, and they immediately noticed the animation for the Titan was changed, right? So when you went down to put down the barricade, it was like this big thunderclap, like, hey, I'm gonna charge everybody up, right?
Yeah, and that animation went through a lot of different kind of versions. We put so much love into all of these abilities because, it's in the game forever, and we want it to be right. So, there were like slams and like raises, and we ended up with a thunderclap, and our animators are godlike. They're absolutely incredible at their jobs.
Agreed.
But then it's animation. It's like the VFX artists have to time everything to the animation, and then the sound design people have to time it to that, and then the test has
Mustache
to make
man?
sure we're not breaking anything. It's like
Me or him?
so much work goes into
all of us.
even one aspect like this, and we're really excited to put it in players' hands.
Yeah, it's a coalescence of art and science that you guys do that consistently blows my mind. But now we've got obviously.
There's
one
no way
more
that sentence
friendly
wasn't
neighborhood
scripted.
hunters Like myself
Yeah.
as
Best
well.
for last.
We've got a
Coalescence
sticky
of art
situations
and
as
science.
well, so yeah.
So ArcStrider already has for arc aspects. So,
Yo, what
but they
exotic is he
needed
wearing right
one
now?
in their void slot. So
Wait
we
a minute.
gave Night Stalker On the Prowl. And shout out to the boy Danny Nanny, who is the designer for this one.
Yeah.
So On the Prowl, you kind of become a hit person, right?
Yeah.
And whenever you go invisible, like you get a contract to kill something in the area.
3 fragment
and
slots.
That thing is marked, and a little, a target shows up on them for you and your allies. If you successfully complete that contract and whack that jabroni, right? You.
Sorry, Jabroni.
No, excellent use.
Boys,
of
that's
jabroni.
not an ornament. That's based on the
so-
Oculus.
Canon now, everyone.
So I whack a jabroni.
It's not an
whack a
ornament.
Jabron, and then what happens is my entire team gets some energy, right? And this is kind of a callback to Heart of the Pack from the old Night Stalker. It originally was actually a callback where we gave you stats, but then because
You're just so used to this one because I always use it.
Like we decided
This is the
to just give
original.
you ability.
This is an ornament.
So ability, energy, and then the victim, if successfully executed, explodes into a cloud of smoke, which I can then enter to become invisible again, thereby marking a new target. So I can kind of chain these like assassinations as I move throughout a strike or something, and my entire team can be advantaged by.
Oh, nice. So you can bring your fire team through the same cloud of smoke.
Same
Everyone
cloud
goes
of smoke.
invis.
Everyone goes invisible. So yeah, you're kind
all
of sneaking.
spicy, man. Jeez.
It's on the prowl. We're prowling through the activity.
You can already see like one of the exotic pairings on the screen too. Those creepy eyes freak me out every time. But on the Oculus, like that's going to benefit the smoke
Creepy.
and all that kind of stuff. You can pair
Yeah.
with Lorentz Driver. Sorry, Ritz on social media asking for some gameplay today, but we have too much to go through.
Yeah.
But it's like you're embodying that I'm a bounty hunter fantasy.
Ritz
So
Carr
your gun
mentioned?
can be giving you bounties through Lorentz Driver. You're getting bounties through this. There's going to be a lot of combinations in build crafting.
Yeah.
So you had mentioned too, Gwyzen, right?
Yeah. Gwyzen. I always call it Gwyzen,
Yeah.
but Gwyzen Vest got a rework. So when you exit invisibility, it emits a weakening cloud of smoke, and then some super energy perks as well. So
Nice.
there's going to be a lot of strong pairings, and then with the artifact, Void features in the artifact pretty heavily too.
You know what? Honestly, you just gave me the best segue I could possibly imagine. We have looked, obviously, we've begun to scratch the surface of some of the new build crafting opportunities you all are going to have. But obviously, we got a new artifact as well this episode. We've got the Tablet of Ruin, which seemed aptly named. Now, just as a starting point, can you let us know the general theme of this one?
Yeah, so the theme of this episode's artifact is kind of subjugation and bending enemies to your will.
Yeah.
Essentially, as we are going back into the Dreadnought, it was unlikely that the Dread or the Hive were going to come peacefully, so we got to bring the big guns to force their hand.
Absolutely.
Essentially.
Yeah, it's not about us winning, it's about them losing.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So the Tablet of Ruin is there to ruin their day, essentially. Yeah, so I'll call out some highlights of mine from here. If we look at column 5, because column 5,
Column 5's a strong one.
that's where
we got to go
heavy
right
hitters,
to the chase.
we have Void. Which one is it? It's called Void Flux. That's it. Void Flux. So defeating weakened targets with a Void weapon applies volatile to nearby targets, and then you pair that with the column 4 Maligned Harvest, and rapidly applying volatile causes your next instance of Void weapon damage to weaken, which then feeds back into the other one. And it's like if you can get this this engine going, in a crowded room, it's nasty.
Me and my fellow Fighting Lion addicts are going to have a really good time. This one I can already tell. The Fighting Lion subreddit, I want to see some clips. That's
And
all I'm
then I also want to call out
Fighting
Horde
Lion
Shuttle.
subreddit?
So Horde Shuttle, damaging unraveled targets with a weapon, occasionally spawns a threadling. This is really good for your strand builds.
We had this back in Season of the
especially
Wish,
against,
right?
High health targets. Because I unravel them, they stay unraveled. I keep shooting them, they're just popping threadlings out.
I remember Horde Shuttle.
And then because we talked about Arc, Flashover in column 4, when you gain a maximum stat or bolt charge, you also become amplified. Amplified is getting a big kind of buff this this episode as well.
This episode.
Really, Arc in general is it's hot.
It's
gonna be hot.
feasting, yeah. It's gonna be some spicy Arc builds this time around.
Rock 'em, shock 'em, baby.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's end too. Dylan, can you walk us through some of the stuff in the first column as well? We're gonna have some new champion rather mods to take out.
Yeah, so I mean, like, there's all these really
Fusion
ability-focused items, which is great because there are a bunch of anti-champion
Overload machine
keywords
gun.
in there as well.
Yeah.
But let's say, like, hey, we're doing a Nightfall. You can see actually there's anti-barrier sidearm for the first time in years. Like, I think that was around for one of the first Grandmaster rotations, and it was like, what sidearm?
Right. Dust off the call.
Now we got rocket sidearms.
We have Forerunner, so you can be like popping the shields, throwing the grenades, that kind of stuff. Anti-barrier sniper, that was a favorite from the past. We just did a big rework on glaives. The team did a crack job on there.
Still not using glaives.
Unstoppable there. And then up at the top, you can see machine guns, and then linear fusion rifles and fusion rifles are getting the unstoppable. And then in 5th column, you'll see a perk that players may enjoy of particle
It's back.
reconstruction.
I'm so excited. I mean, I just got my hands on the Vex Mythic last finally. Thank you, Malachi. After all this time, honestly. So I have a hunch I'm going to be putting those in the main rotation pretty quickly as
You
well.
don't have Vex yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay, don't rub it.
What about you?
I don't know if I have a Vex.
I didn't even
to be
get it in
honest.
D1, so it was like such a moment for me. It was like a decade of waiting, right? Yeah.
I think there's a reason to go back into Vault of Glass. I mean, we can help him get his.
I'm down. I
That's
played.
a good point.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like some raids I've played 5 times and have like 5 of the raid exotic, right? And others.
Oh,
I've played
you're the guy where
20
you get it
times.
on the first run.
I
mean, that's
usually am, but not with.
Why would he mention
for
that?
some reason. I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
Matt Noguchi out there, you.
Feast or famine, right?
yeah.
So go back to Vault, you were saying.
Vault of Glass. So there are a bunch of folks where, they want crafting back. They want to do something where they have an end goal. And Vault of Glass is a great opportunity for us to say, hey, you've been going through Heresy content. You want to do some raids. You want to do something else. Like, we're adding weapons to Strikes, Gambit, Crucible. We have a bunch of new weapons and trials, a new armor set.
What's
and
that
trials
one?
We've seen in some of these previews.
Yeah.
But Vault of Glass is getting crafting.
Yes.
Chat goes wild.
Yeah.
You can go get that Fatebringer, get it a couple times as a deep sight.
Hold
craft
up.
it, and then you can make
that
that roll that
strategist?
you've always wanted.
Yep. Yeah.
As you're going through Vault, let's say you want to go through and craft like 5 of the weapons that are available, then you can hop into Master with all your spoils, be going for those Adept versions, and those have a chance to drop with multiple or more perks in those columns. We've been doing this for the last few raids with craftable weapons, but now it's like, hey, I want my Heathen Vengeance. There's a new intrinsic perk. What's the origin trait?
Yes. Yeah.
And then, let's say I'm trying to go for a combination. I could get 3 on this, and then I can enhance it, make it this crazy rocket launcher that's good, and go into endgame and do some really cool stuff.
Yep. Yeah. So we've got another weapons. I know I mentioned some reprised ones, but actually, as long as we're hanging out here in the menus, Eric, I'd actually love to put you on the spot again and talk about just some of the exotics that players are going to be able to go ahead and acquire this episode as well. Let's start wherever you'd like to. Which one would you like to kick
Show me
off
the
with?
wheel one.
Barrow Dyad.
Barrow Dyad. I was hoping you'd say that.
So Barrow Dyad is a
What is that?
it's hybrid gun for his sort of.
Our team does not mess around, man.
It's a submachine gun.
So this thing is a strand submachine gun, and it is also a monster in combat. So this thing, as I deal damage with it, it generates this resource called Blight. And next time I reload, whether it's manual or I just run out of my mag, it's going to convert that Blight into these strand seekers that next time I pull the trigger, it's going to fire those out, and they're going to bounce between enemies.
What the heck?
So we got some gameplay of this right now, actually.
Yes. So, but you can also see it.
The
He
Grim
can
is a
die
third
at the
actor,
Grim.
obviously.
Tonight is snow.
You can also see that this thing auto reloads over time. So
Can
this
someone
thing,
can someone do
rumor
me a
is
favor?
it's,
Jazz, can you clip
partially
that? Our
synced.
initial reaction to
It
that.
has its own wants and
It
needs.
wants to kill.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you satisfy it, it's going to reward you.
Yeah.
So look how fast.
Nick,
that
you just
can
say
go.
if you
So what
satisfy
can
it,
actually
it's
do
gonna
is play this
reward you?
mini game where you are trying to shoot enemies to build up that blight. And then you can pace yourself to auto reload to build up more blight, and then manually reload to load all those seekers into your mag. In addition, it has this perk where dealing damage to 3 different enemies generates, in a short period of time, generates a large amount of blight.
Very nice.
So,
Okay, so equal opportunities to go ahead and clear out crowds, but also to just burn down the big bad that might be standing in front of you, or whichever one's foolish enough to do so.
So there are going to be player questions immediately of like, when you're talking about blight and those sorts of keywords, is this a weapon of sorrow?
That's a great question. It is not a weapon of sorrow, but you know, I heard another rumor that this thing is a kind of fossilized precursor to a weapon of sorrow.
Interesting.
But I can't, you know, confirm.
What does that even mean?
This, one of our top 3 favorite words, redacted. Okay, so this is the one, and we won't spoil how, but players will be earning this one this season. It'll have, you know, catalysts and other intrinsics to earn as well, I assume.
This thing has a lot of surprises. I don't know where. Yeah.
We can leave it there.
Let's just leave it.
I like that. Okay. All right. So obviously, the Barodiad will be one that will be getting added to a lot of loadouts.
The dungeon
across
exotic,
the entire
maybe?
Soul system. But that's not the only one we're going to be taking a look at today.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's also look at our new exotic trace rifle Lodestar.
Here we
so
go.
this one will be given to players via the season pass. This is the first primary ammo trace rifle ever.
So cool.
Ooh, wait, that sounds
Hipfire,
sweet.
This thing behaves like a, you know, the trace rifle you know and love, but when you ADS with it, it's closer to a pulse rifle actually.
Okay.
When you ADS, you know, your standard pulse rifle has this kind of cadence where it's prap, prap, prap. There's like these kind of spaces in between the rounds coming out. But this thing is more the steady, you know, EDM beat.
Here we go. Yeah, so players are seeing it now. Yeah.
Yeah, we're womp, 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 womp.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know, and it's like it's nonstop until you run out of ammo, right?
So we got burst sidearms, burst hand cannons, your pulse rifles, and now we got a burst trace rifle. I love this kind of stuff, man.
Dude, the
so
weapon design is
outside of
so
this
on
unique
point
firing behavior,
this episode.
As I deal damage with it, you can see down in the bottom left corner we have arc alignment, and what that's doing is charging the coils of the weapon. Once it's fully charged, if I press and hold to auto reload,
Alternate fire.
sorry, special reload.
Oh, right.
As I hip fire, I jolt anything I hit. So the jolt is a
Wait,
debuff,
that's actually
right?
nuts.
So you can kind of charge this thing up, auto reload to go into the other fire mode, and then kind of sweep the beam across a bunch of enemies, jolt them all, and then
Paintbrush of death, this thing.
and then the final perk this thing has is when ADS'd, any time you defeat a arc debuffed enemy, they explode into a blinding explosion. So it's this loop where I can charge it up, I jolt enemies.
Wait, so this
I
weapon
defeat the
is a
jolted
primary ammo
enemies
trace
with
rifle that jolts
the
and
ADS,
blinds.
Shot, which explodes and damages more enemies, which charges it up. And it's
The
this-
loop
And it has
continues,
infinite ammo
so,
because
yeah.
it's
this thing
primary.
has, I think, a really high skill ceiling.
And this is just this one weapons loop. There's obviously all the different artifact mods. There's all the new aspects. There's the new gear we're going to have available to us through the Dreadnought. Theory crafters, update your spreadsheets. The time has begun.
You can. There's some big brain combos you can pull off.
Yeah, and I will be counting on stealing all of them. All right, so we also, really quickly before we move on, we have some new armor as well with Trials. Dylan, can you briefly tell us a little bit as well about the new updates to Trials and the new armor?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So I mean, we'll still have Heresy gameplay on here, but as I was saying, like once you're kind of like, oh hey, I've been playing that for a bit, I want to go play my core rituals like Nightfalls, Crucible, that kind of stuff. If I want the endgame PvP experience, Trials is getting kind of a rework. It's mostly focused around the Lighthouse experience. So the main goal, big shout out to Mercules on the team that's been working on this for a while, and then Test and everybody too. But what is a Trials experience when it's not flawless or bust?
Right.
What is something where, as a lesser skilled player, somebody that just wants to go in and play some like elimination, get in, get some rewards, and then also visit the Lighthouse and see our friend Saint? So ultimately, it's framed more around streaks. So you don't need that flawless 7 games in a row ticket to go up to the Lighthouse. Now it's more, oh, hey, I won 2 games in a row, lost a couple, but ultimately got 7 over time. Now I can go to the Lighthouse, open that chest, and then get some cool rewards. So we had a big
Does this make you guys who don't normally like playing Trials want to play Trials?
There's some comp changes. There's a bunch of
Or do you
matchmaking
still
stuff,
not?
but
Or
also
do you
Trials is
still
our
not
main
really
game.
that interested in Trials?
Our main focus for that. And you can see the armor that you get on there. you'll be getting these pieces like once a week or a couple times a week through challenges or opening the chest.
Nice.
But we're going to that kind of Osirian, that Egyptian theme again, and these text shaders great. It's one of those pieces where, okay, I'm going to be spending a couple weeks in here to fizzle. Oh my gosh, don't carry me, teach me.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The fizz.
Just don't go up against me while you're out there. If you could do me a solid, that'd be great.
even if you're not high skill, it's like you can earn these armor pieces. The cool cosmetic bit.
I like
is
how many
oh,
people
hey,
they're
as a
shouting out
high
in
skill
these.
Player, I still want that representation of what Flawless used to encapsulate. So if you hit a 5, a 6, a 7 win streak and go open that chest, you're unlocking different glows. You're getting different cosmetics like ships, ghosts, the sparrow.
Or a farming time.
Right?
That's right.
And then afterwards, how long of a streak can you go on? We're going to have a new emblem tracker where it's like, oh man, I went on a 25 win streak in trials. I'm kind of hot right now. And then
Said
you have,
Andy never.
Andy saying, hey, Dylan, you want to play Discord? And I'm like, sorry, I'm a bit too busy.
It's all right. We get it. You're a big deal. But
I'm not a
no,
big
thank
deal.
you, honestly, in the interest of being busy. Thank you and yours, obviously, putting together that article. If anyone wants to see all of that in painstaking detail, it took a village. So Dylan, to you and the PvP Strike team and everyone, thank you a ton for getting all that information together. I know we have one more topic to move on to, but I'm realizing in my notes I didn't quite get to speak to the reprised weapons. Let's call out a couple before we move on. There's one in particular I'm actually pretty excited about. It's the return of probably one of my favorite pulse rifles. I've been watching a lot of TikTok. Our friend Epic Defender out there is
Clever
running
Dragon.
Lion and Cold Denial. So I've gone ahead and personally dusted off my Cold Denial, which is now also making a return. So if you don't still have it from Season of Arrivals, now's your chance. Dylan, we were talking about this a little bit earlier. What's your favorite role for this one?
Well, so back in the day, I always made sure to have Head Seeker, and it was kind of a niche perk back then. It was like, oh, hey, it helps with one-on-ones a bit.
Right.
But it has been buffed over time. It's been a while since Season of Arrivals, so I'm going to be going for Head Seeker again on this baby. And like, one of the cool things is that all of the reprisals are going to be dropping day 1 of Act 1.
Cool.
So you can go and get this. There were a few others that were mentioned, or I believe you're about to mention.
Another one, yes, that's right. We can honestly, I can talk about, or wait, my favorite role or the next weapon?
I don't care about your favorite role.
Okay,
No,
fair
no,
enough.
no,
You know
go,
what?
go,
No,
go.
no, no. That's
Nah,
fine.
he's
You know
based
what?
for that
Message
one.
received. I'll leave that for my
What is your
inventory
favorite
alone.
role? Because we debated this.
Well, there's,
Come on.
all right, it's very close. It's Zen Moment Head Seeker, but
Okay. No, that's good.
It's just a 2-burst machine. But another one I want to call out, one that's so well beloved by the community that a member or a content creator in our community named themselves after it. Whispering Slab Enjoyer. Whispering Slab is now also getting reprised as well. So there's going
Who's
to be
Whispering
a lot of opportunities for y'all to go and
Slab
add this one back in your
Enjoyer?
inventory.
Wait, no.
Is there going to be any new roles
That's
added to
not
this one
real.
as well, Dylan? Anything
Oh,
exciting?
yeah, I mean, all of the weapon rolls, they're going to be a bit revamped. There will be some heavy hitters from the past, but also new perks have been introduced over time.
Yeah.
I mean, for the seasonal weapons, too, I believe it was, Morgan Dickens, like, working with her to see what are all the different roles, what can we call it on the stream.
Yeah.
She put a lot of love into those. Big shout out to the
Bro,
rest
no
of the
one
team
named
as well.
themselves
Like,
Whispering
I wish I
Slab
could
Enjoyer.
name
That's
every
an
single
industry
person, but
plant.
As you said, it takes a village, it takes a city to build a game.
Absolutely.
So big love for everybody
Yeah,
there.
we're just the ones sitting up here today. There's obviously a ton of incredible peers of ours here at Bungie that are behind the scenes building all of this every single day. So to our teammates and compatriots at Bungie, we couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much.
Are there any weapons you're looking forward to?
Ooh, yeah, let's really quickly check.
Oh, I'm looking forward to all the new Dreadnought weapons. They look so gorgeous, especially the new support frame. So I'll be rocking that through my run throughs of Nether, just like watching our playtesters like run through.
Zachary, aren't you
final
supposed to
bubble
be
there,
like
they're struggling,
fucking
it needs
moving the
healing.
camera or something,
I'll
man?
be rocking that, healing my teammates.
Get back to work.
You're a better man than I am.
Yeah.
But we already knew that, obviously. Eric, any one last one that you want to call out before we move on?
that Whispering Slab is just so sexy, man.
Isn't it?
Like,
honestly,
just
what a
like
distinctive bow. Like, how do you
It
not
is.
love it?
It's just like a big flat thing with a string. It's like, I don't know.
You know it means pain when you see it, honestly.
true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you shoot arrows from it, or do you just take it and hit people with it?
Dealer's choice. Obviously. Depends whether or not you're a Titan. All right, so we obviously have talked through a lot of stuff today, but there is plenty more for you to go ahead and dive into when Heresy launches next week on February 4th. But before we go ahead and obviously conclude the show, we've got a couple more announcements to talk through, including our next dungeon race. Dylan, this is something you and your compatriots on the community team have told us all about in past blogs and stuff, but a quick recap for anyone out there. Can you tell us a little bit about the Sunder Doctrine race?
Yeah, so Sunder Doctrine, that's going to be launching on February 7th at Reset.
Okay.
We're going to do the contest mode as well. Some people call it a race to the top.
Yeah.
So with our last dungeon, we had a podium finish where it was the first 3 fire teams are winners. for second, third. This time we're going back to that format of a singular fire team will be crowned. They will be that first to cross the finish line. The really cool thing about this as well is we're kind of mixing up what is the stake, what is the reward.
Yeah.
Last dungeon we did a really cool hoodie with some personalization. This time around we're doing a trophy. It's going to be nice little trophy. It's not a kit or not as big as say the raid title belts that you get, but it's going to be something that's very special, customized, like unique to this experience.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Joe, to the Raid and Dungeon team, and then also. Let's see here. Sorry, Henshin Scrap. We're going to be partnering with them to create this trophy, and we'll have a picture of it in a TWID next week, or maybe even later this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be something that represents this dungeon, and it's going to be pretty fun.
That's super exciting.
So,
and also, our friends on the Good Super Products team have been hard at work making sure that all of us that dive in, because I've never done a contest mode in my life, I'm not brave enough. There is some stuff to go ahead for.
What are you yapping at me for, Zachary?
As well, Dylan, can you tell us a little bit about what we're seeing here too?
Sure. Yeah. So on the screen, this is going to be earnable just by playing through. We have a new. I love this note sheet, man. Work shirt. So it has a hood, but it's not the hoodies of old. This is going to be a new thing. A work shirt that you can earn. The wristband was a pretty big winner for players. They enjoyed earning that last year.
That wristband's
we have
cool.
That again. And then we also have our Bungie rewards, the title pin. So go in, do all of the challenges, the triumphs. I believe solo as well, which I applaud everybody that does solo dungeons because it's just insane to me.
Yeah.
But you can earn these this pin to represent how hardcore you are.
Yeah.
And then we have just general pins and rewards that you can get as well.
Very cool. So
and
yeah, it is well.
I can go ahead and get my hands on something as well, right?
True. And then these are outside of like contest mode. So contest mode, you get that unique emblem in game. With normal mode, there will be an emblem, there will be those rewards, weapons, etc.
Certainly.
But then some things out of game as well. So
awesome.
To get into the contest mode, 1995 is the recommended power.
Okay.
Outside of that, it's like if contest isn't your thing, once that fire team finishes first, then we open up normal mode afterwards. So.
Cool.
Good.
But either way,
Nice.
contest will be available for that first 48 hours.
First 48 hours too. And then if you want to join in with the community and have a watching experience, we have the Dungeon Zone hosted by CB Gray and Evan F.
Couple of legends.
Yeah, big thank you to them because this is going to be a community-driven kind of like.
Good for them.
They're tracking a ton of teams that are vying for that first place.
Yeah.
They're going to be hopping through that. They'll have some pre-show stuff that's really fun to watch. We'll also have Twitch drops. We'll have unique emblems to earn through that. So yeah, tons of folks to watch, and then tons of gameplay to jump into on the 7th.
That rules. I can't wait. Excellent. Well, everyone as well, if they need to find this was in a previous TWID as well?
Yeah, so we have a previous TWID. We're going to have another TWID just before the 7th to walk through this again. And then we also have like the terms and conditions for the dungeon race and all that. That's on help.bungie.net. So.
Excellent. Very cool. All right. Excited. Can't wait to tune in. CB Gray, Evan F. Can't wait to go ahead and see what you got in store for us. But now we have one more item to speak about. As has become tradition in these streams, we've got one more thing to go ahead and show you. Now it's time to take a first look at the newest collaboration that's going to be coming to Destiny 2. And this one is joining us from a galaxy far, far away. Chat, I'm going to keep an eye on you. I'm sure you're going to start going out soon. That's right.
Wait, where's the clone troopers?
Is inspired by a universe that's loved by so many of us here at the studio, Star Wars. Now,
No. Where's the clone troopers?
The new Star Wars-inspired armor sets that are going to be joining Destiny, and I say there's no time quite like the present. First up, we've got the Covert Ranger set for Hunters. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at that one. This one is inspired by none other than the elite Death Troopers. Oh my God, I can't wait.
Such a beautiful cape.
Seriously.
I'm irate.
Use
It's a bunch of white armor is clone troopers? No, it's a stormtrooper, you
yes,
idiot.
And as are the other ones you
Sorry.
can see are obviously all going to be arriving.
Sorry,
on
I didn't
day
mean to call
one
you an
of
idiot.
Heresy. Up next, Warlocks.
That was an
we've got you
idiotic thing
covered
to
as
say,
well. We've got the Royal Protector set for you guys.
It's
And
all
this time, it's
Imperials,
inspired by
dude!
the Imperial Royal Guards. If you've ever found yourself in a throne room in the Star Wars universe, you've probably been intimidated by these guys. That's your chance to go ahead and do the same intimidation when you load into trials or anything like that. This one is obscenely cool.
I refuse to wear it.
And then last, but very not least, we've got the Shock Enforcer set for Titans. This one's inspired by the classic Stormtroopers.
Hey, yo, why is it kind of
This
curvy?
one actually I heard comes with a with an intrinsic
Yo,
perk
wait a
that
minute.
takes your accuracy.
Yo, wait a minute.
That's so,
pretty cool.
it's all right. They're Titans. They're just going to go ahead and punch you anyway, honestly.
Hold up. Hold up. Why is the Stormtrooper
yes,
thick?
This one, obviously, to the classic Stormtroopers out there, the fans of those, Titans, you are going to go ahead and be set and ready to go ahead and don this. Now, obviously, there's going to be some stuff that will transcend across all of the different classes, including
clip that
a new
shit.
ghost shell that we'd love to go ahead and show you as well. We now have, let's go ahead and take a look here.
Oh, clip that shit, bro.
This is the DS2 Ghost Shell, as you
Wait
can
a minute,
tell,
that's hard.
operational, but it's inspired by none other than the return of the Jedi Death Star. So it's a bit of a work in progress, but who among us isn't?
Nah, this is actually really good.
Man, I love the effect that comes out of the front.
I know, it never is, honestly. I remember the first time I saw it, like I quietly lost myself, honestly, in a meeting. Thankfully, I was muted on Teams. But yeah, this one has been super exciting. Now, there's also more as a part of this collaboration for you to explore. So worry not, there's also a Sparrow, a ship, emotes, and a finisher, all for you to check out when Heresy launches. But of course, we'd be remiss if we didn't take a chance, for starters, to give huge thanks to our friends here at Bungie that helped put this together.
If there's a lightsaber
Kelly,
finisher,
Kyle,
that's
the
actually
marketing
so
team,
hard.
And then our friends over at Lucasfilm Games. It's been incredible to go ahead and work with you side by side to put this together. And of course, to make sure you're all in the know, and we give you a heads up of exactly where this is going to be, it will not be at Tashi Station with the power converters. These will be available on Eververse when Heresy launches on day one. So just
Andy's
wanna
so
make sure
cute,
you're
bro.
all aware of that. And also, I got to say, I, for one, am going to be keeping a close eye on the R Destiny fashion subreddit, because I can't wait to see what they got for us after this.
I mean, they're going to have this. They're going to have new Trials armor, new seasonal or episodic armor.
Yeah.
They're going to have tons of new Eververse options, but tons of new options you earn in the game. Put it all together, make something dope.
Yeah. Yep. Awesome, very exciting. Well, I think honestly we've had a huge docket of things to go ahead and go on through, but now we can all collectively exhale and leave a little bit more for the Guardians at home to discover when Heresy launches next week. But that concludes it for our show today.
Say JK
first
Frontiers
things
trailer.
first, obviously, Guardians, to all of you out there, even to the individual spamming my face as an emote in chat, thank you all so much for joining us today.
Wait, what?
These shows are a ton of fun for us to get to put on. We love getting to share what we've been working on with all of you, but it doesn't matter unless you show up. So genuinely, thank you all for taking the time to join us today. Obviously, to our fire team in the back of the house, to my compatriot in social media, Mitch, to Ashley, to Peyton, they're the ones really driving this stream. We just get to talk about what's on stream. So thank you for going ahead and lending us your talents. Obviously, to our friends here on the couch as well, Nico, who is somewhere around here. Obviously, Nico, thank you for joining us. Eric, Ryan, Dylan, thank you guys. We appreciate you taking the time to join us today.
There's sequential
The
head
crew
nods.
here as well. Again, you have the challenge of dealing with me, so thank you all so much for your hard work. We seriously appreciate it. As a quick reminder to close things up, Heresy Act 1 launches just next week on February 4th, so go ahead, make sure you've got that day off. I don't, but I'll be cheering for all of you that do, so you can check out the Nether, all of the new gear and weapons that you're going to be able to have available to you. Start checking out how to get your hands on those exotics and building them all up. Our collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, Star Wars is pretty exciting, and of course the Sundered Doctrine Dungeon Race.
That is
as
actually
well.
really sick.
But that's right. So now we're going to go ahead and get ready to close things out. But before we do, we're going to leave the stream live for just a little bit longer. So if you need to go ahead and wrap up that Twitch drop, you can do so. And go ahead and do us a favor and stick around, because once we finish up here, we're going to raid our good friend Mactics. So while I appreciate the bits and cheers and everything here in chat, save your Twitch Prime sub, save everything you can. Go over to him, give him a follow, donate to the Game to Give stuff, pardon me, if you can, to help us do some good to the Bungie Foundation. But that's it. So for now, thank you all so much again for joining us. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see y'all Starside.
What a nice fella. What a nice fella. Hi, guys. Okay. First things first, before I say a single word. Okay, hold up. Hold up here. Exclamation mark charity in the chat. So, Bungie's some cool fellas, okay? So, this emblem is very, very neat, very, very snazzy, very, very sought after. And they gave me a ton of them to give away to you guys. The way I'm deciding to give them out is anyone who donates $25 to that exclamation mark charity link, your hat automatically gets thrown in the ring for this emblem. So, like, literally $25, you got a chance at it. I'm giving 10 of them away through that method. I'll reach out to you, so don't worry about it. Oh, do I have ads? Okay. I'll wait until the ads are up. I'll wait until the ads are up. Is it ads? Are we in ad mode? I'll wait until the ads are up. I'll wait until the ads are up. How do we donate? I'm lost. If you type !charity in the chat, a link will pop up. You just click on that link and you can donate there. I'll wait till the ads are up. Are the ads still going? Do we still have ads? I guess the people that are watching the ads. Ads are done? Okay. Okay. We heard none of that? Okay, good. Good. Ads are not done. Okay. I'm gonna pause for like a little bit I'm gonna pause for a little bit. Done now? Okay. Ads done. I'm just gonna pause for a little bit because I want to make sure everyone hears this. Or I'll explain it a couple of times. Okay. If you were in ads, Bungie threw me 20 of these emblems that you see on screen right now to give away to you guys. Oops. They gave me 20 of these emblems that you see on screen right now to give away to you guys. 10 of them I'm raffling away to 10 random people that donate $25 to the charity link. So if you type !charity in the chat, you'll get this link that pops up, tiltify.com/@Mactics/Mactics. 10 people that donate $25 there. I will give 10 of them. I'll do it at random. I'll just raffle it away. 10 of you will get the emblem. Another 5. Oh, the link is pinned at the top of the chat as well. So you don't have to type !charity. If you look at the very top of the chat, the link is up there. Another 5 I'm giving away to whoever the top 5 donators are. So like if you're big baller brand, and you're big on charity, you need the tax write-off. If you are one of the top 5 donators, you just get one straight up. Assuming that you are, of course, going to redeem it on your own account or maybe give it to like a sibling or a friend or something like that. Obviously, I'm not going to give it to you if you plan to like resell it or something like that. And then the other 5, for those who can't afford to donate to charity, you guys are still supporting the charity efforts just by being here and by watching and getting attention to the charity drive and whatnot. So I'm giving away 5 of them completely for free, 100% randomized raffle. There are no like good luck bonuses. You don't get extra luck for being a sub. There's no way to buy extra tickets. None of that. Everyone has the exact same same percentage chance. Don't have to pay a dime to enter into that raffle. That's for the people that can't afford to donate to the charity. Because obviously I understand everyone's got a different financial situation. But ultimately I do want everyone to have at least a chance at this emblem. So that's how we're going to do the 20 emblem giveaways. I'll absolutely repeat this as well. I'll probably repeat it again whenever the Bungie raid comes in. Did the Bungie raid come in? Is that the Bungie raid right there? Chat's moving a little faster than I'm used to. So yeah, there we go. Awesome. So great to have all of you in here. Let's explain it again. And we're gonna talk about plenty of stuff. We're gonna talk about thoughts on the Heresy episode reveal, all that good stuff. First thing I want to do before we get to absolutely anything is talk about the charity, though. It's the most important thing right now. Okay. So, don't worry about doing nothing. Don't hit the follow button. Don't do anything like that. Don't worry about any of this stuff. Number 1 priority right now, charity. So, to explain it again, just for anyone who just got in here, I have 20 of these emblems that Bungie supplied to me. So shout out to Bungie. Thanks to them. I've got 20 of them. The way I'm giving them out to you guys is 10 of them I'm giving to 10 randomly selected people that donate $25 to the charity page. If you look at the very top of the chat, the link is pinned right there. So if you look at the top of the chat, the link is right there. All you got to do is click on that link up top, If you donate at least 25 bucks, boom, you're in the running. And I will be able to contact you. So don't worry about like any of that. If you win, I have a way to contact you if you donate. Because you donate through an email, I can just email you and say like, hey, you were one of the winners of the emblem. 25 bucks, get your hat in the running for that. Another 5 of these emblems I am giving to whoever the top 5 donators are. So, like I said, if you got a lot of disposable income, you're really interested in charitable efforts. If you are one of the top 5 donators, so if I click on this link, you guys can literally see it, and the page loads up. Sorry for the flashbang. If you're top 5 on this list right here, so like as of now, for example, V. Lawrence, Waxy, Long Sound, Ursa Major, and TJ will be getting one of the emblems as of now. So if you're one of the top 5 on this list by the end of the day, you get one of the emblems, boom, just like that. No raffle, no nothing. It's all yours. The other 5 that I have, I'm going to give away through a 100% random and 100% free raffle. You don't have to be following to enter. You don't have to be subbed to enter. You don't get any extra luck by being subbed. None of that. It's 100% free, 100% random. That's for the folks who can't afford to donate to the charity, who still want a chance at the emblem, because I understand everyone's in a different financial situation. So if you can't afford to donate to the charity, you'll still have a shot. Let's do one of those right now. So we'll do 5 of those throughout the entire day. Let's do the first one right now. So I'm going to get this set up. And I'm going to say this one time. Listen to me carefully here. I'm going to tell you what to type in chat to enter this raffle. But do not type it in the chat multiple times, because if you type it multiple times, the bot will consider you as spam and it will remove you from the raffle. So all you got to do is type it in the chat once, okay? So let me get this set up. Just so everyone can see this very clearly. Charity emblem giveaway. Give everyone their first ticket for free. Ticket cost is 0. Maximum tickets per user is 1. Subs get no special treatment. So this is as fair as we can make it. If you type !ticket in the chat 1 time, you'll be entered in to win this. 1 time. If you type it more than once, then the bot is going to be like, hold on a second, that seems kind of spammy, I don't trust you, and it's going to remove you. So only type it once. Now, as you can see, there's already, in about 20 seconds, 250 entrants in this. So if you got 25 bucks to spare, and you want to be added to a smaller pool of individuals for a chance to get that emblem, like I said, we're giving away 10 of these emblems to 10 random people that donate just $25 to charity. That's all you got to do. Minimum of 25 bucks. That also unlocks for you in game the Charity Sparrow and the Borderlands style cell shaded shader. So even if you don't end up winning the emblem from your $25 donation, you still get some stuff guaranteed in game. Does the $25 need to be... I read like half of that message before the chat just went like... But I'm going to assume I know what the message was. The $25 donation can be at any point. It could have been before today. It can be right now. It can be tonight. It can be tomorrow. It can be in a couple of days. As long as it is before the end of the charity event, you're good to go. As long as your name has donated $25 to my Game to Give page, you are eligible and you're in the raffle. Let's check back at this one. The free one, however, currently has 540 entrants. But like I said, we're giving away 5 of the emblems through this method, 100% free, 100% fair chance to everyone, because I totally understand that some people might not have $20 to spare. I totally get that. I still want you guys to have a chance at the emblem, because even if you're not able to donate directly to the charity, there are still a lot of ways that you can support the charity, like spreading the word to your friends, just hanging out in the stream right here so people see the stream and are like, oh, well, click on this, and then they click on it and they're like, oh, there's a charity thing going on, I might donate to that. So I do want to give 5 of them away for free. Obviously, I'm also want to clarify, if you win this, It is for redemption. Don't think I'm going to give you the emblem code and then leave you alone. I'm going to make sure you redeem that sucker. Because I'll be damned if one of my emblem codes ends up on eBay. You hear me? I'm not letting it happen. You're not getting past me. Where do I go to donate? If you look at the chat, at the very top of the chat, you see this puppy right here. It says pinned by Grim8891. That's one of my moderators. Shout out to him. He's fantastic. This tiltify.com/@Mactics/Mactics. You click on this link right here, takes you to the page. Throw 25 bucks over there, you're good to go. Or if you're, like I said, if you're a high roller and you love charity, if you're one of the top 5 donators, you will automatically get the emblem at the end of the charity event. No raffle or anything like that. I'm going to let this go until the time elapsed hits 5 minutes. And then we'll pull our first winner. And then we have 4 more to give away through this method throughout the rest of the day. And I'm going to give you guys your 10 seconds of fame for anyone who's trying to be toxic in the chat or type weird things or type mean things or try to hate on Bungie or try to hate on charitable efforts or anything like that. My mods are like sharks and they're going to ban you so fast. So just choose to be a nice person today. Not only is it more fulfilling, it's a lot easier too. Shout out to my mods as well. They're killer. Can I get a W mods in the chat real quick, please? Love you, Mactics. I love you too. Yeah, the mods are great. They do a really good job. Ironically, spamming W mods in the chat makes it more difficult for the mods to do their job. So it's W mods, but it's also mod hazing. Also, I don't know if any of the folks from Bungie are still in here. Dylan, Andy, thank you guys so much for bringing the crew over here and promoting our charity stream. I really appreciate it. And you know, thanks for all the work you guys put in. Thanks for the dev stream. Thanks for all the communication. I know myself and a lot of other Destiny lovers that are still loving the game. Really appreciate it a great deal. What? A hype train? There's a hype train going on right now? Okay, so here's what I want you to do right now, guys. We got a hype train going on the stream. I want you to take all the money that you're thinking about giving to the hype train, and I want you to instead click the charity link at the top of the screen and put that money into that charity link instead. If this hype train has any sub on it that is not a prime sub, you're in trouble. Put the money to the charity. Or I'll get you. It has been 5 minutes. It has been 5 minutes. Hey! Okay, you know what? Buddha-san, TJ? Those are 2 of my longtime viewers, by the way, everyone, so I'm allowed to do this. Buddha-san, TJ, you guys are now required to donate to the charity. No hype train. We can do a hype train tomorrow, boys. We can do a hype train tomorrow. For now, it's charity time. It's charity time, Buddha. I appreciate it so much. Don't get me wrong. But it's charity time right now. We need music? Fine. I'll do the music for the alert. After the music for this alert finishes, I'm pulling the winner of the emblem. I'm rolling it, okay? I'm rolling it. I'm pulling the winner. Actually, no, I'm pulling the winner right now. So, and again, I have 4 more emblems to give away through this method. Already donated. Where'd that pin message go? Where'd the pin message go? There it is. Cool. Again, we have 4 more emblems to give away through this method, so just stick around throughout the rest of the day for the next one of these raffles. Our winner of the first one receiving the emblem is going to be Damon K311. Damon K311. Damon, are you in here right now? Let me see you type in chat. I'm staring at the chat right now. I'm trying to find you. Oh, it's probably Demunk, isn't it? It's probably Demunk. Yeah. That's a tough one. That's a rough mispronunciation on the main stage. I cannot lie. It's okay. I can do. Let's see what we got here. Demunk. That's me. Yup, they are in here. So Demunk. What I'm gonna have you do, Demunk, is if you're not already in my Discord server. I'm going to have you scroll down below the stream a little bit. You're going to see a little area that says Discord. I'm going to have you click on that little box, so it'll allow you to join my Discord server, and you're going to DM me. And after the stream, I'm going to make sure we get that emblem over to you. Okay? And congratulations. Again, we're going to give away 4 more of those completely 100% for free, completely fair chance for every single person throughout the rest of today's stream. Once again, best ways that you can earn one of these emblems. We're currently at $8,876 raised, by the way, fellas. Fucking fantastic. Oh, excuse my language. Nah, actually, I'm sticking with it. That is fucking fantastic. That's so much to charity. We love that, dude. 10 random people that donate at least, yeah, fishing fantastic, that donate $25 to the charity link. 10 of you are going to win the emblem. Another 5 emblems are going to go to the top 5 donators to the charity page. Another 5 are going to be given away for now to those 100% free, 100% random raffles. So, I also want to give a huge shout out to anyone who dropped their Prime sub into that hype train that's currently going on. Thank you very much and enjoy your ad-free viewing. Under normal circumstances, I would give a massive thank you to everyone who subscribed or gifted a sub during the hype train, because I appreciate the support so very much. However, today you're in trouble, actually, because it's supposed to go to charity today. And I, of course, want to give a huge thank you to anyone who donated to charity. You guys are awesome. Great community. Heresy reveal. Me personally, I think a lot of you guys and gals know me as, I'm not going to say the build guy, but like, is it fair to say I'm like one of the build guys? Right? I think that's fair to say. There's a lot of really interesting build angles upcoming in Heresy. You are the build guy? There's a lot of good build crafters out there. There's a lot of good build crafters. Tons of them. There's a lot of really, really good build crafters. I'm excited big time because, I mean, there are a lot of build crafting angles that we can take a look at. The artifact looks interesting. We have 3 new aspects. We have probably one of the biggest exotic armor piece, like, revamps that we've got going on. One of the biggest revamps of like exotic armor piece functionality, biggest like balancing attempts at like various abilities and subclasses and things of that nature. So like a lot of cool build angles. I thought the dreadnought area looked really cool. The nether looked really cool. I would normally be extremely excited about the Star Wars collab because, I mean, fellas, like, these are literally all Lego clone troopers. I got the Rex helmet right there. I've got the ATTE, I've got the Acclamator, I've got the Republic Gunship, I've got the ARC 170, I've got the Venator class Republic attack cruiser, okay? So normally, under normal circumstances, I'd be thrilled about a Destiny Star Wars mashup. But what are you noticing about all of my Legos right here? What are you noticing about every single one of my Legos right here? I'll give you a hint. It's a very specific era of Star Wars. Okay? I don't mess with the Empire. Do I look like an Imperial to you? I'm a member, like, I love the Grand Army of the Republic. So you're going to throw a Death Trooper at me? You're going to throw an Imperial Stormtrooper at me? You're going to throw an Imperial Guard at me? Come on! I mean, I'm still going to buy them. I'm just going to shade them so it looks like Captain Rex. Not with that stash? What'd you say to me? What? You said... What'd you say? What's... Don't ever talk about my stash ever again. Okay? Mods, get this guy out of here. You know what? If you win the emblem raffle, I'm giving it to one of your siblings instead. And you got to look at it every time you log on because they're going to be on your friends list. And that's what's up. Okay? That's what's up. Okay, let's, once again, guys, exclamation mark charity, $25 puts you in a random raffle to get one of these emblems. The link is at the top of the chat currently. If you're watching on YouTube right now, I'm going to pull you over to my Twitch stream right now because that's where all the emblem charity stuff is going on. So I'm going to spam my Twitch link for y'all a couple of times. And I'm going to pull you guys over here because that's where we're doing all the raffles for over here. So I'm gonna drag you guys over here.